From the moment a seeker dares to ask the ultimate question of existence, what lies beyond the scene? This inquiry echoes in every heart. The profound narrative of Musa's meeting with God emerges as a luminous guidepost on the spiritual journey. This timeless episode, steeped in both awe and humility, captures the very essence of divine human connection and invites us to explore the mysteries of revelation with wonder and reverence. In the Holy Quran, this encounter is documented with deliberate detail and symbolic language, urging us to delve deeply into its layers of meaning and embrace the unyielding truth that, while God's magnificence remains largely beyond human grasp, His guidance is made accessible to those who seek with a sincere heart. Musa's encounter with the divine stands as one of the most profound and pivotal moments described in Islamic tradition. In the Holy Quran, this meeting is recounted with deep symbolism, indicating not only the exalted status of Musa as a prophet, but also illuminating the transcendent nature of God's communication with His creation. The narrative unfolds gradually, inviting us to explore the layers of meaning encapsulated in Musa's experience, which is recorded with meticulous detail in the Quran and further elaborated in various hadith. Musa's journey toward this divine encounter began with his steadfast commitment to truth and his courageous leadership of his people. The Quran vividly recounts his aspiration and determination to seek justice for his community, traits that would ultimately lead him to the sacred encounter at the Mount. In Surah Al-A'raf 7:143, Allah states, "And when Moses came at the appointed time, and his Lord spoke to him, he said, 'My Lord, show me yourself, that I may look at you.'" This verse encapsulates the profound yearning within Musa, not merely for signs or miracles, but for a closer understanding of the divine essence, emphasizing the deep spiritual bond and the intrinsic human desire to connect with the Creator. The scene unfolds at a sanctified mountain, often identified as Mount Sinai, a place set apart for divine revelation. As Musa ascended the mountain, his heart was filled with a mixture of awe, reverence, and a palpable sense of divine presence. Here, the Quran describes a moment wherein the essence of God's greatness is so overwhelming that the prophet, in his mortal capacity, could not bear to witness the full glory of Allah. This is expressed in the verse where Musa says, "You cannot endure the sight of me, and you will not see me." Surah Al-A'raf 7:143. His words reflect not only the human limitation in comprehending the absolute divine magnitude, but also the mercy of Allah in permitting His revelation in a form that a human being might endure. The Hadith literature further deepens the understanding of this encounter by providing context and emphasizing the humility and awe that even the greatest prophets feel in the proximity of divine majesty. Narrations in collections such as Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari remind us that while Musa was granted an intimate glimpse of divine instructions and decrees, the actual vision of Allah was beyond mortal capacity. One hadith notes that when the heavens split open and the mountain trembled under the weight of divine presence, Musa fell into a state of incapacitation, a moment that underscored the overwhelming might and awe-inspiring presence of Allah. This serves as a timeless lesson on the limitations of human perception when faced with the infinite and unbounded nature of the divine. This meeting was not solely about witnessing divine splendor, but also about receiving commandments and guidance that would shape the destiny of a nation. Through this encounter, Musa was entrusted with the responsibility to lead his people out of oppression and towards the path of righteousness. The encounter also established a template of communication between the Creator and His chosen servant, emphasizing that the spiritual journey often requires both direct encounters and the intermediation of revelation in forms that can nurture, instruct, and guide humanity. The Quranic narrative, supported by subsequent exegeses by renowned scholars such as Ibn Kathir, elaborates on the transformative impact this divine dialogue had on Musa. It was not merely an isolated event, but a turning point that redefined his mission and underscored the central tenet of Islam, the absolute oneness of Allah and the importance of adhering faithfully to his commands. Musa's intercession during his meeting with God also set a precedent for the broader understanding of prophetic humility and intercession. It is repeatedly highlighted in Islamic tradition that prophets, despite their immense closeness to Allah, always remained servants first. This is illustrated not only in his desire to see God, but in his humble acknowledgement of his own limitations, and by extension, the limitations of human beings in comprehending divine magnitude. His statement, "O my Lord, indeed I have wronged myself," as conveyed in various interpretations, is a poignant reminder of the humility that underlies true faith and the constant need for divine mercy. The Hadith literature further emphasizes that Musa's encounter was layered with both awe-inspiring moments and introspective self-correction, reminding believers to approach the divine with humility, understanding that the human spirit is finite compared to the infinite nature of Allah. Significantly, this encounter was not one of casual dialogue. It was a moment that shaped Islamic law, ethics, and the moral compass of the Muslim community. The commandments given to Musa were later expanded upon and integrated into broader Islamic jurisprudence, reflecting the continuity of divine guidance through successive prophets. In this light, Musa's meeting with God can be seen as a cornerstone in the edifice of prophetic tradition. It serves as an enduring symbol of divine mercy and a source of comfort and inspiration to generations of Muslims facing trials and tribulations. Scholars often reference Surah Taha 29-98, alongside interpretations from classical and contemporary exegeses, to illustrate how this transformative meeting provided fundamental lessons on the importance of patience, the pursuit of truth, and the recognition of Allah's omnipotence. The symbolism of the mountain itself, firm and enduring, set high above the world, yet accessible only through struggle and commitment, serves as an allegory for the spiritual ascent that every believer is encouraged to undertake. The arduous journey up the mountain mirrors the internal struggle against the ego and personal shortcomings. Musa's experience teaches that a higher understanding of the divine often demands sacrifice, perseverance, and sincere repentance. Islamic scholars, including Imam al-Ghazali in his seminal works, draw parallels between this physical ascent and the spiritual progress of the believer, suggesting that it is only through overcoming personal limitations that one may truly understand the profound relationship between creation and the Creator. Furthermore, this profound meeting deepens the discussion on the nature of divine revelation itself. The gradual unveiling of knowledge, wherein Musa saw the manifestations of Allah's presence, illustrates a process where revelations are dispensed in ways that are suited to human comprehension. Verses such as those in Surah Al-Qasas 28:30-32 remind readers that divine guidance often arrives in forms that engage the heart and intellect, gradually lifting the veil of ignorance while reinforcing the message of Tawheed, the oneness of God. Musa's encounter, therefore, is not only a narrative of personal transformation, but also a reflection of a broader method of divine communication that is intended to be accessible, instructive, and profoundly life-changing. In essence, Musa's meeting with God reflects a convergence of divine mercy, prophetic duty, and human endeavor. The Quranic verses, coupled with the rich tradition of Hadith literature, provide a multi-layered understanding of this event. They illustrate that while the divine is beyond full human comprehension, his guidance is tenderly and purposely made available to those who seek it with sincerity. Musa's desire to behold the divine, though tempered by his understanding of human limitations, underscores a universal yearning for closeness with the Almighty, a yearning that defines the spiritual quest of every believer. This duality of aspiration and humility is a recurring theme throughout Islamic teachings, reinforcing that the path to enlightenment is paved with both divine grace and personal accountability. The narrative of Musa and his meeting with God is thus not only a historic account, but also an allegorical guide for modern spirituality. In contemporary discussions, scholars and believers alike reference this encounter when examining the nature of prophecy, the process of divine instruction, and the necessity of maintaining humility in the face of vast, infinite truth. It reminds the faithful that no matter how extensive our knowledge or how deeply entrenched our understanding may be, there always exists a realm of divine wisdom that is profoundly greater than human intellect can grasp. References from classical tafsir, such as those by Tafsir Ibn Abbas and Tafsir al-Jalalain, continue to illuminate these aspects for modern readers, offering interpretations that bridge historical context with the timeless essence of the divine message. In reflecting on Musa's journey, we are invited to look inward, to question how we perceive our own limits in the pursuit of spiritual truth. The meeting at the mountain, with its mix of fear, reverence, and ultimately divine mercy, offers a model for how believers should approach life's challenges. When faced with our own moments of trial and the overwhelming nature of our existence, we are reminded of the mercy and guidance of Allah, who, despite his infinite majesty, provides believers with what they can bear, a perfect balance of awe and accessibility. As narrated in various hadith, including those recorded in Sunan Abu Dawud, the delicate interplay between human fragility and divine omnipotence forms the backbone of a believer's journey toward attaining closeness to Allah. The divine encounter teaches that knowledge, no matter how profound, is only valuable when it inspires action, ethical living, and a deeper connection with the Creator. Through his journey, Musa exemplified the virtues of courage, humility, and unwavering dedication to truth, virtues that continue to inspire millions around the world today. The divine encounter teaches that knowledge, no matter how profound, is only valuable when it inspires action, ethical living, and a deeper connection with the Creator. Through his journey, Musa exemplified the virtues of courage, humility, and unwavering dedication to truth, virtues that continue to inspire millions around the world today. The narrative leaves us with a reflection on the nature of divine encounters. They are less about witnessing the entirety of the divine presence and more about experiencing a reality that challenges, transforms, and ultimately elevates the human spirit. Musa's plea to see Allah, though he was gently reminded by God of the limitations inherent in human perception, underscores a key principle in Islamic thought, that faith is an ongoing journey of seeking, learning, and growing within the bounds of divine mercy and human capacity. It is a timeless lesson on how profound spiritual experiences, though transcendent, remain accessible through the channels of revelation, prayer, and the sincere pursuit of righteousness. In summary, Musa's meeting with God, as portrayed in the Quran and elaborated upon through the Hadith and classical tafsir, provides a comprehensive guide to understanding the dynamics of divine revelation, human limitation, and prophetic mission. Each verse and narration not only recounts historical events, but also offers moral and spiritual lessons that continue to resonate. Through the lens of this encounter, believers are encouraged to approach their own lives with courage, humility, and the unshakable conviction that every step toward divine knowledge is a step toward fulfilling one's true purpose. This narrative, rich in symbolism and timeless wisdom, reaffirms the essential Islamic tenets of Tawhid, the importance of divine guidance, and the transformative power of sincere faith.